Chapter 12, Section 3 starts on page 793. In this section, we're going to be converting between the customary and metric systems. This is going to be the most challenging section in the chapter. We can do this. On page 794 is a list of estimating conversions. 1 meter is about the same length as a yard. 1 meter is actually 3.2 feet. We talked about that in class. An inch is about 2.5 centimeters. 1 kilometer is a little more than half a mile. So 1/2 a mile equals 1 km. About. 1 foot's about 30 centimeters. A liter is almost the same as a quart. A quart's a little bit less than half. 1 kilogram is a little more than 2 pounds. In class, we've talked about 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Multiply a temperature in degrees Celsius by 2 and then add 30. This works out well, and you're going to use this a lot since we're so close to Canada. For example, if it's 10 degrees Celsius, you double it, which would give you 20, and then add 30. So if it's 10 degrees Celsius, it feels like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. If the speed is 100 kilometers per hour, what is the speed in miles per hour? So it would be half. So it would be 50 miles per hour. The gas station reads $2.20 a liter. How much is this per gallon? On the chart on top, it says it's about a liter is close to a quart. We know there are 4 quarts in a gallon, so I'm going to multiply that by 4. 220 times 4 is $8.80 per gallon. If you see that gas station with that price, just keep driving. The distance to Toronto is 548 kilometers. Just take half of 548 and you get 274 miles. You order 5 kilograms of food pellets. How many pounds would that be? We're just estimating here. That's going to be about 10. If the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, what would that be in Fahrenheit? Double it, which gives you 40. Add 30, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Perfect temperature. We haven't seen that in a long time. On page 795, this is where we're going to be doing more exact conversions. You have length, mass, and capacity. Length, mass, capacity. Remember, mass is weight. Capacity is liquid. We're going to be using this chart quite a bit. Turn to 796. You want to redecorate your bedroom. To redecorate, you need to measure the room for new carpeting, paint, and border on the walls. You realize that you only have a meter stick, not a ruler or a yardstick. You measure the room, but you need to know the dimensions in inches and feet in order to purchase the materials. You record the following measurements. The length of the room is 5 meters. Width is 4. The height of the room is 2.5 meters. What is the length of the room in inches? 1 meter, if you look back, 1 meter, tells us on this chart, is 39.37 inches. If I have 5 of those, I just multiply it by 5, and I get 196.85. 196.85. So that's one of my answers, 196.85 inches. To convert that to feet, I'm going to divide by 12. That's going to give me 16.4 feet. What is the width of the room in inches? Start with 4. So once again, I'm going to use 39.37 multiplied by 4 this time. That gives me 157.48 inches. I'm going to write that over here. This time, I'm going to use the little inches sign. 2 marks, kind of like half a quotation mark. Divide that by 12. That'll convert it to feet. That gives me 13 1200 feet. One little mark. So this means inches. This means feet. Just so you know. What is the height of the room? This time we have 2.5, so 39.37 times 2.5. That's going to give me 98.425 inches. Write that over here. So I like writing. Divide that by 12. Convert it to feet. Get rid of that. Divide that by 12. Gives me 8 2/10 feet. For D, there are 39.37 inches in a meter. Explain to a classmate how many feet are in a meter. Well, I know that 39.37, if I divide that by 12, since there's 12 inches in a feet, I'm going to end up with 3 feet plus 3.37 left over. So that's why we know a little more than 3 feet in a meter. I'm on page 797. The marathon is a long-distance foot race with an official distance of 42 and 195 thousandths kilometers, 26 miles and 385 yards. That is usually run as a road race. More than 500 marathons occur throughout the world each year. Larger marathons can have tens of thousands of runners. Most of these marathon runners are not professional marathoners, but to raise funds for various charities. To train for a marathon, runners build up their endurance by running shorter distances. Complete the table shown by writing the unknown measurements. Short distance, I have 5 kilometers. I want to know how many 5 kilometers is how many miles. 5 kilometers is how many miles. You have to go back to your chart. Right here, it says 1, not there. Let's try that again. 1 kilometer is 62 hundredths of a mile. So all I have to do is multiply this times 62 hundredths, and I will get 3 1/10 mile. Medium distance. If I have 10 kilometers, multiply that times 0.62, I will get 6.2. Ooh, look, a pattern. Medium distance. We just did medium distance. Now we're up to 20 kilometers. Pattern. I wonder what it's going to be. 12.4. A half a marathon. Now we're going the other way. 13.1, I need to convert that to kilometers. Back to your chart. 1 mile, it's a little bit different. 1 mile is 1.61 kilometers. Go the right way, getting dizzy. So if I multiply this times 1.61, that will tell me the amount of kilometers. 21.091. Okay. Down near the bottom, right, 1 mile is 1.61 kilometers. 1 kilometer is 62 hundredths of a mile. Try these 3 problems. When you have them finished, you can check the answers in the book. All right, problem 3. Keisha took a 5-mile walk at the park on Saturday. How many kilometers did Keisha walk? Show your work. Remember, 1 mile is 1.62. Sure I got that right. 1.61, sorry. 1.6. So if I have 5 miles, multiply that times 1.61, and that would give me 8.05. Label it kilometers, km. Mr. Johnson pumped 12 gallons of gas into his car. How many liters of gas would that be? 1 gallon. That was not your bell. 1 gallon of gas. Back on page 795. 1 gallon of gas is 3.79 liters. 3.79. So if I have 12 gallons, multiply that by 3.79, you are going to get 45.48. Number 3, we can complete in class, or you can do that at home. And then number 4, I'd like you to do these independently, number 4 and number 5. And that's as far as you need to go for this chapter. Make sure you have this chart, page 795.